There is a story behind every name. Our story began with a young Princeton graduate who answered the call to pioneer the mission in Nanjing, China in 1874. Charles Layman left his family in Paradise, Pennsylvania to become one of the first Protestant missionaries in China. When he first arrived in Nanjing, no one wanted to rent rooms to a foreigner. He slept outside a tea house for 2 years until he settled in a humble boat floating on the Qinghai River. Charles Layman labored and witnessed the first wave of Chinese revival. His daughter, China Mary, and Christiana Tsai, also known as the Queen of the Dark Chamber, continued the ministry until they were forced out in 1949. On the other side of the world, 2 other exiled Chinese missionary couples received the same vision for reaching the overseas Chinese while China was closed. In 1963, they founded Ambassadors for Christ in the U.S., one of the first ministries dedicated to serving Chinese in North America. The 1965 Immigration Act by President Lyndon Johnson paved the way for more Chinese students to come to the U.S. for studies and to remain afterwards. AFC co-workers performed multiple roles at the same time, including visiting various campuses, distributing Christian literature, doing evangelism, and encouraging students to establish Bible study groups. It was not uncommon to wear out a vehicle every 2 to 3 years. During these times of few Chinese Christian resources, AFC began to publish Ambassadors magazine and started to host trainings, camps, and special gatherings for the student believers. The Pine Brook Summer Conference became the flagship event for campus fellowships across the country. Some 50 years later, many former students became leaders in strategic ministries. Most campus Bible groups also evolved into churches. Today, AFC has grown even further. We send full-time missionaries to reach the college students and scholars on campus. We publish and distribute high-quality Chinese literature throughout the world. With help from donors and volunteers, many critical resources are distributed for free to the most needed areas, including China. Till today, we have shipped over 5 million pieces of literature. As a parachurch mission, we emphasize close partnerships with local churches. Since 1983, AFC has been hosting the Triennial Chinese Mission Convention with local churches, aiming to mobilize the Chinese to become a vital mission force among and beyond our own people. Since the number of Chinese studying and living overseas has exponentially increased, we believe AFC's mission has become even more urgent. The new era has brought upon us new challenges and opportunities. Campus, internet, and publishing realms have all become battlefields to win over Chinese intellectuals. AFC continues to adapt and grow, as it has throughout its history, to be relevant to the changing culture of Chinese. Our new focus on media strategies will carry the message even further. Nearly 100 years after Charles Layman left, AFC built its headquarters in his hometown of Paradise, Pennsylvania. Almost every weekend, Chinese churches and students from all over the country come to AFC's Great Commissioning Training Center to be equipped and inspired. Behind every story, there is a story of God. What is your role in His story? Will you join us in this amazing unfolding story? So we are ambassadors with you.